Happy Monday. It's a beautiful day out here in the city. Well, out here in the Bay. We're in Sausalito. Look at that sun. And today's video topic is why I never cheat on my diet. And yeah. So before we get started on that, make sure you hit that like, subscribe button down below. I'm right now heading into San Francisco. I just started this YouTube channel, doing this little commute podcast or whatever you guys want to call it. Damn, the fog is thick, but it's actually warm outside today. And we're approaching the Robin Williams Tunnel right now. Right there. So yeah, damn, that fog is thick today. Anyway, so yeah. Today's topic is why I never cheat on my diet. So, I had, when I was younger, right? And before I get started on that, when I was younger, I had an eating disorder, right? Where, how do you say this? Yeah, I was a fat kid. Not most of my life, but towards, I would say, high school and middle school. And then into my adulthood. So as a teenager and into my mid-20s, I would say I was overweight. I was a fat ass. And I had no clue. Keep in mind, I grew up poor. And I can't blame my parents for this, right? But we didn't understand what a proper diet is, right? And especially if you come from parents like where I came from, where they didn't have any formal education, right? Anyway, so yeah, I started off. Look at that bridge. Check that out. It's foggy. Anyway, so I struggled a lot with my weight, and I always thought foods were foods, certain foods were good foods, and certain foods were bad foods, and that's pretty much how most people look at food, and that's not the right way to look at food. The way I look at food is it food or is it not food? And what do I mean by this? Did it grow, or was it killed, or was it manufactured at a plant, at an assembly line, and so on and so forth? Was it packaged? Was it that? And the vast majority of food that people consume out there, it's not food. And if it is food, it's engineered, or it's tampered, like cold meats. It's been tampered with, and I don't consider those foods like cold cuts, like deli meats and all that. Back to me being so let's backtrack a little bit, right? So I started exercising in my early 20s, mid-20s, and I just couldn't get the weight off, right? I tried the macro counting, the calories, and this and that, all that stupid bodybuilding, calorie counting, and the macros and all that crap, right? And I couldn't get my weight down until I realized that the shit that I was eating is not food. And these are foods that I honestly consider. These are things most people out there consume that I don't consider food, which is, like breads, pastas, what else? Anything that comes in a wrapper, anything that comes in a package, that kind of stuff. If it's not fresh or a single ingredient food, I won't eat it. And it's not necessarily that I'm against like breads or pastas, for example, right? I don't have anything against that. It's the shit they put in it, if that makes sense. Like for instance, if you're gonna eat a bread, right? Like a sandwich. Most people just assume, oh, it's a bread, flour, salt, sugar, or the basic ingredients to make bread. But if you really pay attention, it's not bread. It's a whole bunch of chemicals. Some foods they add dyes and other ingredients to make the food last longer on the shelves, and for other reasons too, to get you hooked, and other reasons that I personally don't want to get into this video, right? And what that does is it creates an imbalance within you, and I don't like that. And what do I mean with that? It creates an imbalance. So I've been eating a very clean diet, right? For a very consistent clean diet for the past, I would say, pre-COVID. So it's been around, I would say, 7 years. And within my diet, when I first started cleaning up my diet, I had cheat days, right? Where I would cheat on my meal or on my diet, and I don't necessarily call it a diet. I just say diet, so you guys, because that's what most people view what they eat as a diet, as something that's being restrictive. And I don't look at my meal plans like a diet. I just look at it as food. Anyways, I would see results within, let's say Monday through Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday. I would wake up on Monday, after my cheat meals, and I would feel sluggish. I would feel tired. I would feel almost depressed too at the same time. I would feel depression. It wasn't any good. Then I cut back to once a week, and my cheat days started being on Sundays, right? And cheat meal days. And I would still, on Mondays I like to wake up with high energy. Today's Monday. It's a beautiful day. Sunday, you see it out there. I don't like to wake up tired. I don't like to wake up hungover. I like for my energy to be intact, if you know what I mean. And so yeah, and I didn't like that. Ooh, that motherfucker almost opened the door. And personally, I didn't necessarily like that, because I like to perform. I like to be high performance. And when your diet isn't on point, you're not high performance. So then, instead of having a cheat meal, instead of having a cheat day, I transitioned into having a cheat meal. And even then, I was still waking up, tired, sluggish. And this is just one meal. This isn't a whole cheat day, right? And that's where I came to the conclusion that, okay, you know what? This whole cheat meal thing is just an illusion. It's just some stupid YouTubers say, I guess, or maybe it's just me. Or my body rejects all these highly processed foods. And at the stage of my life where I'm at right now, I don't go outside of that, my eating, not eating window, but my from the foods I'm allowed to eat, right? Which are single ingredient whole foods, which is, you know, proteins, fruits, and vegetables. And I don't necessarily eat vegetables just because I don't like them. I hate how they taste. You know, I'll have them here and there. I prefer to have fruits, you know, low sugar fruits, like a lot of berries, that type of stuff. But yeah. So the reason why I don't cheat on my meals, right? So it's because of that reason, where I don't like to wake up tired. And try it out. And I want to give you guys something too. I want to give you guys some free game, right? So if you're looking to transition yourself from cutting out highly processed foods into single ingredient whole foods, there's certain things you have to be aware of that you might get sick. And I'm not a doctor, right? But I'm 100% sure it's your body, you know, rejecting all the crap that you've been feeding for all these years and readjusting itself to consume natural whole foods, if that makes sense. So yeah, and anyways, so every time I decide to break my my meal or eat a cheat meal, right? And I do this once, maybe a few months, right? And I rarely do it. I always end up regretting it. There hasn't been a day where I was like, you know what? I'm thankful I cheated on my meal. I'm thankful I cheated on my diet because XYZ. You know, this happened to be a good thing. I never get that feeling. You know how you get that feeling when you that good feeling after you exercise? So let's say today you don't want to go hit the gym. You go after you finish out with your workout, you feel good. Everyone does, right? After doing a good exercise. I've never had that feeling after eating a cheat meal. Yeah, you get your you get your dopamine spike as soon as you know, let's say you eat a cake, whatever your cheat meal is. If you're a sweet tooth, if you got a sweet tooth, maybe it's that, and you'll get your dopamine spike, and that's about it. And it's just a fucking crash after that, and I hate that. I hate that feeling. I don't know. It's just very, very uncomfortable. I even get a feeling like I wake up hungover the following day. And I haven't had a hangover in years, which is another one. And drinking also, I want to add this in too. Drinking alcohol is also part of breaking your diet. I consider it as cheating on your diet. Whether some people, you know, they might be A1 with their diet plan and they'll have a few drinks during the weekend, but they won't eat anything highly processed. I don't know if that makes sense, but they'll consume a few alcoholic beverages. I still consider that someone who cheats on their diet, right? And the reason for that is because alcohol is poison, right? There's no other way to put it. It is pure poison. And I don't know about you guys, I got tired of those fucking hangovers. I got sick and tired of waking up hangover. I got sick and tired of waking up tired. I had the diabetic fatigue. Every time I cheat on my diet, I get a diabetic fatigue, and I hate that shit. I despise it. I get angry at myself whenever I do some stupid shit like that, like cheat on my diet. And I like to feel good. I like to be in a good mood. And I had a fucked up life too. But that's a separate story. But I like to wake up happy. I like to wake up in a good mood. I like to greet people nicely in the morning, whether they're having a good day or not. And having a clean diet allows me to be that person. It's crazy because I become a totally different person. It's like maybe some of you guys are psychologists or psychiatrists, or I don't know, but I'm just talking out of my ass right now. But maybe some of you guys can explain this to me, why this happens. But I'm a totally different person if I change my diet, and I become an ugly person from my attitude and to how I carry myself by just changing my diet and eating something that's pretty much garbage. Anyways, that's enough for today's video. I don't cheat on my diet. I'll cheat on my wife before I cheat on my diet. You know, just because I'm just kidding with that. But anyways, yeah, I don't, at this point in my life, and before I finish it off, right, I got friends, right, that have 10, 15, 20 years that are older than me, right, and they've been into fitness their whole life, right, or just health and fitness, because it's a combination of two. And these people, these men, they live a certain lifestyle that I aspire to, if that makes sense. And you know, these are men, you know, I'm going to give you guys an example, you know, before I was going to finish it off. But there's this Brazilian man, right, successful, he owns a bunch of real estate property, right? Anyways, and this guy, you look at him and he looks like he's in his mid-40s, in his 50s, he's in his 70s. You know, he's ripped, he's fucking, you know, he's tall, right? He's a good-looking man, and he dates 30-year-old women. And that's not necessarily like a benchmark of success, right? But men who listen to this video, they'll understand where I'm coming from, right? This guy's got everything, right? He doesn't spend his money on stupid shit. He spends his money on good food, good exercise. He's got a good business going for him. Right now, he moved away. You know, he's not out here right now, but I still keep in touch with him, and he's living a good life. And it all comes down to diet and exercise and how he carries himself. He told me something too, that his father, you know, his father just passed away a few years ago at 99 years old. And he blew me away because he told me that his father passed away with a six-pack, ripped. His father every morning religiously would go out for a jog, exercise, ate a clean diet. And that's how he, you know, he was able to follow the same lifestyle of health and fitness. And keep in mind, I don't come from that type of lifestyle. I come from a family of diabetics, which is a totally different, you know, cultural background. And then when I see, you know, older men like this, you know, it's almost how do I say this? It almost gives you hope for something to look forward to in the later years as time progresses. And it's like, okay, you know, what I've been doing for the past decade and a half, you know, it's starting to I'm starting to see the results. I could just imagine 20, 30 years from now, you know, once I hit my 50s, you know, I wonder how life's gonna be, right? Hopefully, you know, nothing bad happens along the way, right? Anyways, with that being said, that's the reasons why I don't cheat on my diet. That's the reason why I'm very strict. And to most people it seems strict, but it really isn't, man. Once you get it down and you lose the cravings for fast food, you'll never want to go back, trust me. Because there's nothing better than eating a nice ribeye steak, freshly medium cooked ribeye steak with maybe with a side of eggs and avocado. You know what I mean? Anyways, that's it for today. I'll catch you guys next time. Right now, if we go straight ahead, we're heading into the Tenderloin. Into the Tenderloins. That famous neighborhood, that drug-infested neighborhood. If you guys want to see clips of that Tenderloin, drop a comment down below. Let me know. And, yeah, look, check that out. Four stoplights in there, and 4 stop signs ahead, and that's a Tenderloin. Anyways, I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.